Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Vault Hunters. As always, I am Dor, and today we're taking a break from running a vault for the time being, and we are going to set up a mob farm. So we're going to be setting up a wither farm and a pigman farm, or piglin farm, for the gold and the wither skulls, because we need both of those in order to continually run vaults here the way we've been doing it. So we need the pigmen for the gold, and we need the wither guys for the skulls they produce so that we can continue making the soul flames so that if we die in the vault, we don't lose all of our stuff. So that's all we need right now. Everything else is over in the area right now. Alright, so like I said last episode, directly underneath our ice farm here, we have an abandoned mine shaft, and we have a bunch of spider spawners down here. Now, I only thought I had 3 spawners available. I thought I had that one there. There's one at the end of this hallway right there. And then on the other end of this hallway right here, we have one spawner there as well. Now, this one's a little further away from those two than those two are, so we couldn't get this one even if we wanted to. I don't think we would be able to get that to continually spawn, but I thought we would be able to get that one and that one close enough, or like AFK's close enough to it to where they would continually spawn, because you only have to be 16 blocks away from the spawner. But the thing is, I just went down here a second ago and we have way more, or we have a couple more spawners. So we have that one there, and if we come down here, we have one right there. So those two are like 5 blocks apart. And then if we go this way and make a left, we have another spawner there. So that kind of changes what I was going to do today, because I thought I had to run a whole bunch of water and stuff today, but I don't think I do. So right now what I'm going to do is have this one probably set for the wither skeleton, because it's kind of on its own. And then these two over here, although they are pretty close together, I don't know if that's really going to affect the spawn rates. I'm going to have these two set for the piglin spawners to get our gold squared away here. Now, I have all the building blocks and stuff that I'm going to use to make the farm here. It's going to be pretty basic. I'm not having a drop or anything put into this. I just need them to go to a little kill chamber and I can just smack them with my sword. So I'm not going to bother putting the eggs in just yet, in case I accidentally break the spawner or something. I don't want to ruin the egg there. So this is pretty much what we'll be working with here. We have the sandstone for the walls, and then the deep slate bricks for the flooring. Although inside the spawners, we're not going to have this, because I don't really care what it looks like on the inside. I just want this so that I don't accidentally break into it and end up doing anything to disrupt the spawners working. So we'll have the walls made out of sandstone. This is something that may end up being really temporary, kind of depending on how fast we go through the mod packs here. Because once we get into Mechanism, we unlock the cardboard box. And with the cardboard box, we can move the spawners around without breaking them. So that's what we'll end up doing eventually as well. Once we get them unlocked, we'll end up moving all this stuff to a different area, probably in our base or closer to our base, so we don't have to waste stone to it. But anyways, I have a whole bunch of blocks I need to remove to get these things operational, so let me get to that, and I will be right back with you guys. Alrighty, so I need to jump in here real quick and let you guys know I did fully record today's build, and I was going to make it into a time-lapse, but in my opinion, it doesn't look that great. We've done this before, where we've done a time-lapse of building, right? We did the base a little bit, we did the ice farm together, and I don't really like the way it looks in first person. If I was able to get my second account logged in and video myself in third person like that, then I think it would look a lot better, getting different angles and just not being right in the block view and being placed over and over again. So I did cut the entire time lapse. It was long to begin with already, so I didn't really want to have 10 minutes of me building something in the game here. So I cut the entire thing, my bad. But I'm also letting you know right now, because the remainder of today's episode, there's several sections where I'm in complete darkness because I'm messing with the spawners. I've tried to brighten them as much as I can in post. If I go any higher, it's going to look really awkward. It's going to be really like white and washed out. So I went to the point where it looks still decent and you can still see stuff. At least on my end, you can still see stuff. It's probably going to be really bad on YouTube. That's my bad as well. I'm going to try moving forward here not to be doing stuff in darkness anymore. My capture thing really doesn't like dark scenes too much. It really just makes them pitch black, even though it's not pitch black on my end. And that's about it, so I hope you enjoy the rest of today's episode, and let's get back to it. Alright, so everything is ready to go. We just need to go through and change out the spawners now. When we knock out the torches, we should be good, I hope. And this is the part where I realize, oh, they can't spawn on water, and the water's not going to let them spawn, or some stupid thing like that. But there we go. That's going to be our Wither skeleton spawner. If we need another one, I believe the way I have it connected now, the one that was over there initially might be within range, so we could double up on Wither skeletons if we need to. Did I grab my blocks? I did indeed. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm going to knock all the torches out here. We should be good. I have the mega torch down, so we should hopefully not have stuff spawn. But I am having the... Oh, they're spawning. Yep, they're still spawning regardless. Okay. This should be good, right? We have a 3-high walkway. I'm hoping. They get pushed through here. They go down the hallway. They go up the elevator, over to the side, and then down. I hear spiders. It's definitely back onto spiders here, because that's all that's coming out of this. And the little dude in the cage turned back to a spider as well. That's... Huh. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. The other one stayed a skeleton spawner, maybe because it's just like a normal vanilla thing that can be a spawner, so it didn't revert back to the spiders initially. I don't know why that's the case. We are going to disable this because there's no point in having it run right now. Oh man, I really love the amount of time I just wasted doing this. Let's do that. Oof. Big oof on my end. So I'm assuming as soon as I click it, if I can get you to die, buddy. Get out of the corner. There we go. Finally. Holy cow. But yeah, I'm assuming as soon as we click one of these to be the pigman spawner, or piglin spawner, it's going to just revert right back to being the thing it's supposed to be, which is the cave spider. So... I guess we would have to take the time to go and build a normal vanilla thingy for those guys and the pigmen here in a second, hopefully. Or most likely. I'd rather not have to do that. Alright, well, let's see if this one reverts right back to it as well. I'm going to knock all the torches out yet again. And on this one, I don't know if I even did this correctly because they're so close together. I just tried to make a little platform that they'll end up going down and getting shoved off into that water stream and then down that water stream as well. I don't know if it would work, but I'm assuming right off the bat here it's going to be spawning these guys when we do end up swapping this over to a pigman here. So let's see how many of these we get out of it. It does say 60 spawns or 60 charges. So whether or not we actually do get that, then I don't know. All right, we got a couple pigmen there, and it's still the pigmen in the cage there. So that could be a good sign. Let's take the gamble. Let's take the gamble, yeah, and put this one in there as well. And then I'll knock all the torches out on this section, and maybe these two spawners will be good. I don't know why the other one reverted right back, but it did, so let's knock all these things out. This one reverted right back as well. That one's staying the same. What is going on here? Did I put it in? I did put it in there. Why did this one revert right back? I'm confused. So we have a few of them here already, and looking at the mini-map, we still do have pigmen spawning from one of the spawners at least. So what I'm going to try and do is go back to this one that we just had a second ago set as the Wither, reset it as the Wither, and see if it stays. I'm also going back to the other thing and taking out my big torch because I don't know if that's having any effect on this or not. So let's get that and throw it into there. And we still have them here. So now we have a zombie hanging out over there on the mini-map. So we should be good. I'm going to dig back over here and see if I can get the thing reconnected here. I could go right here, right? Oh, that's the wrong way. I don't want to go that way. Oops. Alright, actually, before I even got back over there, I hear spiders spawning again, and I'm a little worried that it reverted back on the pigman spawner here. Well, I guess not. Never mind, because the pigman just spawned again. Or piglin. I'm going to keep calling him pigman, man. my bad. But let's see if we can hit this one from in here. Oh, I put all the torches back. Dang it. Okay, well, let's do that anyways. And is that going to spawn multiples of these guys, or is it going to be a one-and-done thing again? It spawned one, and we still have a wither skeleton in the cage there, so I don't know what it was, but it seems fine at the moment. So let's see how many of these we can actually get to spawn out of this before it reverts back. And I don't have any more pigman eggs, I don't think. So I might have to go back to base and see if I have any laying around. And I gotta keep an eye on this too, because we're entity cramming there. So that was a bit of an issue there. Did we get a ton of gold? We did not. We got a little bit of gold, but as this thing runs, hopefully, we have these things kind of build up. We should have a wither skeleton here, falling down, but he's not falling down for something. There he is. There we go. Hello, buddy. Can we get a head from you? We did not. Okay. Oh, you know what? Back at base, we actually do have one more spawn egg for the zombie piglin here. So hopefully that works for us, and we don't have to go breaking more eggs open. We do need wither skulls to turn them into the hostile mob eggs anyways. And I kind of don't want to do that if we're not producing them from this farm itself. So let's go back here, and we need to go... Let's see, was it this one right here that's not set? Yeah. Is that thing still set? It is indeed. Cool. Let's do this thing really quick, and like that. Cool. Okay. So I need to leave the area just so those spiders despawn and they don't clog up the little tunnels and stuff. Alright, so now if we have any spiders spawning, then it's because one of these spawners reverts back to its original state, and same thing goes with the wither one over on the other side. But so far, so good. It is cycling through and spawning stuff. If it does revert back to just the normal thing after 60 spawns, then I'm not too worried about coming back through with an egg and resetting it. But we do need the wither skeletons to actually like generate skulls. I'm not going to be burning skulls on the eggs to try and keep this little spawn thing going. We should have them spawning. This is 16 blocks next to the spawner. And I don't see any of them on the minimap just yet. I don't even see the spider spawning if it reverted. So, spawn something. Alright, so this thing is working, but there are some kinks I do need to iron out here. So the wither skeletons do not spawn unless I stand here, which makes sense because that should be 15 or 16 blocks away from the spawner. So that makes sense, because this should be some signs, and then this is the waterway up to the little thing that drags them over there. But it also seems like I only have one of the pigman spawners actually working. It's only the one, there's one on the left and there's one on the right. It's only the one on the right triggering. So I don't know how to fix that. I'm probably going to go that way a couple blocks, so that I'm still 16 blocks away from this spawner, but I'm closer to the pigman spawner on the left to try and get those guys spawning. But other than that, yeah, we have everything coming in. We've only gotten 2 heads from these guys, so it's already not super good. But again, this is more than likely just temporary. We will probably end up building, or at least moving these to a place where they're the only things that can spawn. I still have a cave to light up. You can see the cave underneath the minimap there. That's all dark. Most of this area is lit up from what I can see on the minimap, but there is still a few things here and there that need to be lit up to try and maximize on the spawns here. Alright, so I scooted the kill chamber over a couple blocks so that we're closer to the spawners on that side with the piglins, and we have both of them triggering now. We were only having the one on the right trigger before, and now both of them are triggering, so we have a ton of piglin gathering up in the kill chamber here. And by doing this, we also have the wither skeletons spawning as well. Not as frequently, I think, because we're hitting the mob cap maybe with the piglins at the moment. So we have a few of them spawning every now and again, but not as frequently as the piglins. And it's working better than it was on that side of the wall here. I couldn't go too far to the side here because the spawner is like right here, one or two blocks in. We hit the spawner, so we're like right up against the wall of the spawner at the moment. So it's working nonetheless. I still maybe want to come back through and add some ice in, because right now this wither skeleton that's right above us has been standing there for a little while now, not falling down the hole. The pigmen have no problem going down the hole. Or actually, no, he's not standing in the hole. He's standing where the where the thing is to take them up. So I might want to add some ice here and there to make them slide across and get pulled in, because right now he's just standing where the signs would be and the water stops before he gets sucked into the elevator. And I don't think he's going to get shoved until we have another one come down the spawn thing here to push him into the waterway. So nonetheless, it is working. We don't have a ton of stuff in here because I just emptied it out into our crates here. But anyways, we now have gold and wither skeletons coming in, so that's fine by me. It's not the most efficient thing in the world, but it's getting the job done, and that's all that really matters right now. I just need a couple skulls coming in. I don't need a whole ton of them coming in. All right, well, today is probably going to be another short episode on my end. I do apologize for that, but I didn't really want to run any vaults today, and that's kind of my bad there, but we have another crystal ready to go. If we jump on up to the room here, and we have 6 of these crystals ready to go. We actually have 8 of them ready to go because I actually have 2 of them over in this chest with the challenger seals, and I'm hoping next episode when we run this, we only use one of these seals because we have to kill the boss in 5 minutes in order to get the crate, the special crate that we unlocked by doing that. But I'm hoping to only have to do one of these because if I have to burn both of them on next episode, that's gonna kind of stink, especially since we've ran, what does it say, like 50 vaults, and we've only gotten those 2 things. So I don't know how rare those things are, but they seem to be really, really rare. So I'd rather try my best on one of them and just sprint through as fast as I can, try and kill the boss and get done with it, instead of having to burn both of these on trying to get one box. That's the plan here. Hopefully we can get that done. But next episode, we'll worry about that. But anyways, that is going to be it for today's episode. So, hope you enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.